34 years old and have only touched $20 hour twice in my life after college in 2011. Like the title says, I've only been paid $20 an hour twice in my life. I've applied to higher paying positions for over a decade with no success. I've never worked in my field. I've been stuck with labor for 10 years. Why is that? Is it because I don't have any professional contacts? Didn't network like I was expected to? Day 1 electrician apprentices are getting $19 benefits around me. Would need to know where you are, what your degree is, and what your degree is in. Bachelor's in religious studies won't pay near as much as an associate's in nursing if you live in the U.S. I'm in IT and I'm not the kind of guy who climbs the corporate ladder. I refuse management positions and barely do any self-improvement or take certifications. After about a decade of work, I'm 32. The last job I just quit paid 40 hours. And I'm going on a 6-month vacation before I look for one that pays 50-55. It really is the field. The median individual income in the USA is $37,500 a year, which is roughly $18.04 an hour. $20 an hour full-time is over $41,000 a year. This is less than scientific, of course, but it seems like most workers in this country are in a similar boat as you. Basically, you're living in a country that sucks for most people. I'm in the same boat. I feel trapped in a cycle of not getting better jobs because I have no skills, and not being able to acquire those skills because I don't make enough to do so. You want to know what is crazy to me? I'm 34. I'm a multi-time convicted felon. And I got a GED. And I make $25 an hour with no debt. If you put the time and effort in to get a useful degree, you should be paid for it. I got an art degree back in 2010 and never used it. Then I lived outside the country just chilling and getting by for years. I came back with almost nothing and got into insurance out of desperation. Now I work in sales and make 25-hour plus commission with great benefits. You just have to keep pushing forward no matter what, and you can find something. For a while I was making much less than that. I've switched jobs 3 times in 2 years. 29 years old. Work as maintenance tech in Detroit. Working for $25 an hour. Dropped from $27 2 years ago. Sadly, it's still dropping. I don't get why I can't find a job who wants to actually help their employees succeed. Work on 5-axis lasers, robots, AGVs and RGCs, hydraulics, air, etc. Even some PLC resets and logic. Gotta learn to lie on resumes and applications about skills and work history. Because employers suck and don't want to pay a living wage. I have found people want you to have experience. It's hard to get a job to get the experience if no one will give you the chance. It is ridiculous. Same bro. Never worked in anything related to my degree. I make $21 an hour at 39, and that's the most I've ever made aside from a few waitressing jobs at high-end martini bars. It's demoralizing. Manual labor jobs can pay decently or have benefits worth getting into. However, there's a reason why a good amount of modern workers don't really get into the field. I've known a few in the field. Plumbing and construction. Their bodies are broken and weakened due to years of wear and tear. They have money and benefits, but it's harder for them to spend it with family or friends because they can be in pain or distress. It's a good and bad concept. Government and core actively work together to fuck over workers. As it always has been and always will be until we evolve away from greed. 30 years old. Made $60K plus commission after my first promotion out of college. Started at $45K. I left that job 'cause I was burned out on staffing sales and I have not been able to make that much again. I feel you. We didn't do anything wrong. Shit was rigged from the jump. But we can improve our situation, which you get 'cause you made the post. Hey man, it happens. I'm a chef and I've worked most of my life for $20.25 ph. I've the salaried boss. Exec Suze. It's worked out to be about the same per hour. I recently pushed super hard. Tailored my resume and moved to a bigger market. Got a new job, $75,000. Benefits and bonuses with room to advance in the company. Keep your head up and try to not get discouraged. It took me about a year. Hundreds of applications. About a half dozen bad fits before I found the right opportunity. Believe in yourself. Make a plan and stay positive. Bezos and Musk and their buddies took everyone's money. They'll give it back when enough people get mad enough about it. It's BC, you were born too late in the timeline. Crawl back up inside your mom and then time travel her back to 1945. I'm 50 this year and in exactly the same position. 2015. 20 years old when I left my job of $13 an hour, went back to collage for 6 months, got a trade, went through A and Manpower and got funding for retraining to go to school. 16 grand Canadian at the time and never cost me a dime. And started making 27 an hour. Now I am almost 37 an hour. Almost 10 years later. Made 41 an hour as a flat rate master technician. But it's hard work. Stressful, not worth killing myself. Toxic. I quit after 16 years 2023. I am okay with going back down to a 30 an hour job or less. Now that I have some education on what to do with the money I earn. Same here. I work at Menards. Average dollar hour for me is $19.60. Only reason I've been there is because I've been leveling up my skills with welding, manufacturing and maintenance. Get into a trade. UP's new contract, part-timers start at $21 an hour and free medical benefits. Same age too. Keep trying, yo, find a job in your field. Never give up hope. I wish you all the best in life. Get into the IBEW apprenticeship. Turn out journeyman electrician and go make $30 to $50 in most cities. If you go out to CA, there are places that are paying $60 to $80. LLB hard labor work at times. Don't complain. Show up on time every day. Give 8 hours work for 8 hours pay and you should be good. The trade has been good to me for 20 years. I was a registered early childhood educator with over 6 years of experience, offered 22 at most for an assistant supervisory position. I hate it here. What is your degree in? A lot of colleges are nothing more than paper mills fleecing students. Even STEM degrees can be problematic. Places around here offering 22-hour start, no Express X200B. You need a change in location, guy. Popular beverage and chip companies usually pay well. I got my first job in my field, IT, at 30. That was also the first time I was paid over $12 an hour. I jumped to $48,000. The guy who called and told me the job was mine had said, "You better sit down before I tell you the offer." We never discussed the salary in the interview. Even then, I just wanted a foot in the door. It was one of the best days of my life. Edited to add part of the point. Tears of joy. I found the job on a fluke. I answered an ad on a college bulletin board. I was going through my Microsoft certification. Back when there was only the MCSE. The lie of university education being the only way to success. Students have been told that trades are so unimportant that you should not consider them. However, the highly educated will always need carpenters, electricians, and most of all plumbers Sunday morning. When shitbus backing up from your sewer, the plumber can name his price.